live broadcast. I know you did not expect me to see for the second time, but I have an opportunity and I decided to use it to connect with you. There is something that some of the experiences that I still want to share with me from my little domestic travel. And one of them I want to bring up this evening. And the topic of today: will United States become just like USSR? Will United States become a socialist country? And personally, I refuse to live in fear. I refuse to be controlled. I refuse to live in fear. I refuse to have to obey the authority on every step of the way. And uh, I'm really I really am passionate about this, as as well as other topics we talk about, but I feel that this can relate to many of us that are going through this crazy time. And this conversation is inspired by somebody who also started a conversation with me as I was standing in line in the airport of Orlando, trying to get through the checkpoints. And I dared to breathe. I dared to have them face diaper below my nose. So I was, I am very lucky to work for myself. So I feel for you guys who work for somebody else and you have to obey and wear a mask all day long. It must be absolutely awful to do that. I'm very lucky to have a home-based business, so I'm my own boss. Somebody asked me with my profession today, and I should have said, as I often say, I get paid to be myself. So very lucky, and I hope that more people will be able to do this. I hope that many more people will be able to uh, have a business that does not require authority setting up the rules. But anyway, long story short, I'm standing in the airport. There are so many people. It's literally hard to breathe. And I have my mask, below my nose. I pretend like I have a mask, but I need to breathe. And as last time I checked, breathing was our birthright. No matter where country you are at, breathing is our birthright. I want to remind about this to just about everyone. So I'm staying in line, not bothering anybody, not talking to anyone. And this woman approached me and she says, do you realize that your mask below your nose does not do any good? And I'm thinking to myself, do you realize you getting in my business not gonna do any good for you either? So anyway, I do, she was an older lady. She was probably about, maybe my mother's age. So I was not trying to be rude, but I also do not appreciate when somebody gets into my space and tell me how I need to live, or what I need to do. And I do understand that I'm at airport's property, and if security guards come to me, oh well, I will have to do something about it because I do want to get on that flight, which still not right, because every single one of us has a birthright to breathe, right? So anyway, long story short, she starts to talking to me. She tells me, I'm a medical professional. I I'm a medical professional. I'm a surgeon, and this mask not gonna do any good to you, because you can sit near somebody who is sick with it, who is sick with that, and I am not at my best game because I'm tired at the airport. You know how that is. I don't know about you all, but especially with all these rules and everything. Okay, can somebody get this idiot out of my chat, please? I don't know what my moderators are doing. So excuse me, I should be back to being a lady. Anyway, long story short, uh Jesus Christ, why do I have you guys? Come on. If you see somebody irrelevant, somebody that write stupid things, please delete him. Okay? Don't make me stop everything I'm doing to do this, okay? If somebody write a controversial opinion, that's okay. But if somebody is flat out disrespectful, that's different. So, anyways, this lady. Sorry, guys. I'm just mad when people interrupt it. I know you probably hadn't seen him. So anyway, we started the conversation with her, and she starts telling me, how I can hurt other people, and so on and so forth. And it's not that easy to convince me. You guys know that, right? It's not that easy to convince anybody really who have some logic. So she was telling me all these things, and I told her, all right, so you're trying to tell me that we have to wear masks and distance and all and do all these things, but in about half an hour from now we're all gonna be crammed in a tiny plane. So what sense does it make? And she was saying, well, I guess it's not that safe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, when she's starting to really F in my brains with her things, I looked at her and I said, we went back and forth, but I said, you're talking to me right now. You came closer to me and your eyeballs are wide open. Your eyes are wide open. You are a medical professional. I'm not. But even I know if your eyes are open, that's an invitation, to your entire body, right? You can get anything and everything. She's like, yeah, I guess you're taking a risk by being here. Yep, you're taking a risk. And I was thinking, well, that was my original. That was fuchsia. That was my original point, that we are taking a risk. And this is the problem with our society right now, that we are like little babies that cannot make a move. They need mama and papa even though they are grown. You cannot make a move. You cannot go and do anything productive yourself. You cannot assess your own risk. I'm now in a car, I'm about to drive somewhere. I do understand that I'm at risk because I'm driving, right? um you may be coming back, you may drove from work this afternoon, you taking a risk. You are doing things daily that where you're taking a risk. Basically every single thing is taking a risk. you know and they're trying to distract us from the things that they are doing to us, things that they're forcing us to do, and tell us as if just by wearing a mask, we'll just be fully protected and not having any risk. So I did ask her, I told her, if mask is so important and it protects you, why should I wear one? If everything you say is true and it's really so crucial and it protects you, why should I wear one? And once again she says, well, it's not 100%, like, so that was my original point, that nothing is fully safe. you know you taking a risk traveling and being here. If you are afraid, you should be home, and that's okay. And it's not 100%, so why should we suffer? And why a medical professional tells me that breathing CO2, and people breathing their own bacteria, in a mask, and breathing CO2 is great. I have a very dear friend who has a heart condition, and she can't wear a mask. She immediately has her oxygen levels going down. um so we have to, during these times, I feel like this is a time where Karens feel, and I'm sorry if your actual name is Karen, but Karen is like a synonym, not a synonym but a nickname. I feel so bad that in these times we have Karens. It's Karen's time to shine. If you ever hungry for power, if you ever wanted to be dominating and make people to obey you, but you didn't have any power, now it's your time to shine. You can just go up to a stranger and tell them what they're supposed to do, and literally tell them literally tell them that, oh, you shouldn't be breathing, you shouldn't be walking, you shouldn't be talking, you shouldn't be flying. And while she's saying all of these things, she's really being a hypocrite, because you are you are here, you're not supposed to be here. I was in Orlando, there is no reason to go to Orlando. Orlando is an entertainment place, is place to have fun. Why are you having fun? You're not supposed to have fun. You're supposed to be fearful in your closet or in your basement. Why are you trying to have fun? Why are you trying to have fun and you tell me that I cannot breathe? Or this is problem between me and maybe airport security, and I can solve it if I need to. Why are you being, you're a doctor and you telling me that breathing CO2, like literally getting this ugly, ugly face diapers, just looking at this making you sick? Seriously, do you guys realize that just looking as if everyone is sick, um, makes you sick? It's conditions you that you are actually sick. So anyway, it's so hypocritical. And you know and when I made my point about your eyes being wide open, she was like, yeah, definitely taking a risk. I'm like, yeah, you're taking a risk by leaving, you idiot. And I just told her, ma'am, I was trying to be respectful. I told you she was my mother's age, so I'm trying to be respectful. But just I'm respectful to myself. But so I can't be extremely disrespectful to somebody, unless they really cross the boundaries. But I did tell her, ma'am, I refuse to live in fear. I'm gonna say this again. I told her that I refuse to live in fear. She was not happy to hear that. That just, she was trying to be sarcastic about it. She was trying to be, weird about it. But I had to repeat myself and tell her that once again. I do understand. I do understand the risks of this. When I was very little, when I was a child, I had asthma. I know what it is when you can't breathe. I've been through that literally. And I also refused to label myself, as a person. We have a name for the person that have asthma. In our language, I refuse to become that. I don't want to be dependent on no inhalers. And I just, I had the courage to tell to my doctors that I'm done with this bullshit. And sorry for my language, but I don't know how else to say it. And I'm not gonna take these medications. I want to let my immunity try to fight for me, because I was ill. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Somebody called me. Always ask people to not call me before you check if I'm live or not. But no, I forgot what I was saying. Can somebody remind me what I was saying, guys? I'm so sorry. My phone completely froze from the phone call. So anyway, that was just, oh yeah, I told you that I refuse to live in fear. Yeah, I told her that. Yeah, right. And yeah, I had asthma when I was a kid, so I know how it feels. I do understand that, everybody, almost everybody at some point gonna get it. I'm not afraid to get it. I'm having any health problems right now, and it's not in my control. It's not in my control. I can get this, I can, you can get whatever disease you just don't know. They trying to condition you and to program you that, oh my god, this is literally the worst thing you can get. Yeah, if you're older, if you're overweight, if you have lots of health conditions, yeah. But the thing is, nobody is trying to making you come out. This is the thing. We should take our own responsibilities for our life. Nobody's telling you that you have to travel. Nobody tells you should be in Orlando airport going to entertainment parks. You should be able to assess your own risk, right? You should be able to assess your own risk and take your own decisions. And here is another very, very important point which differentiates, socialist mentality and free mentality. So let's say that I would have some health conditions, right? Let's imagine that I still have my asthma that I had when I was, 10, I mean starting 6 to probably 12. So let's imagine I have asthma, something else that is dangerous for me. Do you think I'm gonna be counting on this person over there and that person over there and somebody else to, wear a mask and not breathing around me? Do you think I'd be worrying about these people, or will I take my own responsibility? I would either stay home and save lives, as they claim, or I would put a freaking hazmat suit on. I would put a spaceman outerwear, and I would not give a damn what anybody else is doing. That is the problem. They trying to take our own responsibility and give us and make it as if controlling others is going to save your life. We are not, and we're not supposed to be controlling other people. So once again, if that would be me, if I'd be afraid of this or that, and I'm honestly on a completely different spectrum of this, I don't care. I would look like a space alien. I would have a hazmat suit on. I saw a few people in the airport earlier on in wearing hazmat suit. I don't care. They can wear whatever they want. If you are worried, you should wear whatever you want. You should protect yourself the way you want to protect yourself. That's your business. But don't try to control and break everybody else's lives, their plans, their studying, their work, their business, their relationships. It was trying to to force these things. Because if you ever worried about something, if you ever wanted to get something done, once again, do you worry about what somebody else is doing, or you make sure it gets done? I would get a pink hazmat suit with some butterflies on it, and here we are, you know? That's it. So this is a danger in this whole situation. Their ideas are so absolutely uh they have absolutely no logic. They really go against the common sense. And it's really sad. It's really sad that we have to deal with all of this stuff. What do you guys think? So my question is, will United States become a socialist country? You guys know, some of you who have been on my channel for a while, that I grew up in socialist country, and then in post socialist country. And I want to tell you this, it was not a lot of fun, but I've never felt as controlled. I've never had anybody walking into me and telling me that I cannot breathe, or what I should do in this. I didn't have strangers coming. Yeah, we had discipline. We had a lot of discipline in school. We had a lot of things that were not available, but I didn't have anybody coming to me out of nowhere and telling me what I need to do. At least, I don't recall it. And I was born in a late Soviet time. Basically, a big part of my childhood went in a post USSR time, but people still were the same. So I guess I could say that I caught a lot of that. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. All this hypocrisy. I don't know what the hell it is. But what are we going to do about this all? I'm proud of myself for standing my ground, and for telling her. She was so unhappy. She was so mad when I said that, I refuse to live in fear. And I said, fear lowers your immunity. And I'm not even a doctor. I do not want to be a doctor, but I'm living pretty healthy lifestyle. I can't complain. But the thing is, you can condition your mind and get sick and get old and get disabled real easy. A lot of people that you see that cannot walk, that got out of shape, that maybe been through accident, or have some conditions or whatever. It doesn't matter what you have. You can still live and get better. You can still live fully. You know, your health and your body changes over time, but you can give in to this weak mentality. Oh, I cannot walk anymore, or I need to take these pills and those pills. One thing that shocked me about United States is how many pills people are taking. Pill for this, pill for that. You know, go for a walk, get some fresh air. You know, go exercise. You know, get something good in your system. You know, no, I'm gonna take a pill from this, I'm gonna take a pill from that. You know, when I come to doctor's appointments, you know, which doesn't happen very often, but when I do, you know, how they ask you, are you on this, are you on this medication, are you on that? And you know, my answers are always no, 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 no. And I have one really cool doctor, and then I have another doctor that's like, you know, maybe we should like check this and that. Or it's almost like they do not believe you, that you are not there for the, you know, they call it health care, but it's really sick care, because health care is a preventive medicine. It's a preventive lifestyle. When you do a lot of things, so you don't have diabetes at 32, you know, so you do things so you can walk and run, um and do things, you know. I know, you know, I have people my age that can barely walk in my town. They can barely walk, and they need to use this card in a store, and this is not funny. But they are not worried about that. Have you heard these people that so much worried about us, you know, getting the virus? Have you heard any of these people saying, all right, guys, you absolutely have to start getting outside. You need to get your walks in. You need to get your run. You need to get your nature fix. Don't wear a mask when you're in the nature. Let yourself breathe. Um, Make sure that you don't buy packaged goods. Buy fresh produce as much as you can. Work on your immunity, you know. Drink some immunity drinks, you know. Have some ginger, have some lemon. Have you heard any of those doctors falsy, you know, and their crew to say the really, really important things that we need to do? No. So I do not believe them for a second that they care about us. And this whole agenda, you know, with everybody, you know, getting poisoned, poison injections, that have not been tried, and they're making an experiment out of us, and we are almost forced to do it. If you have certain jobs, you're going to be forced to do it. I think it's absolutely awful. And you know, honestly, we should um we should just be really conscious about all of this, because this truly reminds me of something that I've already seen, except worse. And I hope that, you know, United States will not become a socialist country, because there is nothing great going to be about it anymore. You know, if you can't express, you know, the freedom of speech is going under, you know, the freedom of speech, we pretty much can say goodbye to freedom of speech at the moment, because you know, if everything is one-sided. If you say something, if you do not agree with mainstream, you are, you know, you're the enemy. You're probably going to get banned. You know, you're going to become you know, the bad person, you know. So anyway, guys, it's just so ridiculous. But I just want to tell you that your girl stand her ground, and I told this lady that look, we are not gonna give into fear. And I actually said that I refuse to live in fear. And she was just so disappointed in me. She was so disappointed that I dared to breathe with my nose and have my own opinion. I didn't know you need to be rebellious to be able to breathe through your nose. Oxygen, not CO2, you know, and not being, you know, do you realize that, you know, fear, anxiety, it gives some adrenaline to your heart. You can condition yourself to get sick and you can have a heart attack eventually, because fear is adrenaline, and too much adrenaline in your heart, not good for you, you know. I don't need no anxiety from these people. And the thing is, Also, I don't know about you guys, but like I live in my own world. I do my things. I just really don't. I need to remind myself when I go to some government places to put that mask on, because I've been so lucky to not have to work for an authority. And my disrespect to these people, grows every day, and for those of you who is planning to play in for those of you who is planning to travel to overseas, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with them forcing to take those vaccines. What do you guys think? Like, um will you take a vaccine just to travel? Will you take a vaccine just to be able to see for me, I need to, according to them, I need to take a vaccine just to see my family, just to see my my relatives. It's absolute, just to visit my country. And I'm really torn, because if the airlines will make it the requirement, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't want to take it. Isn't it my body, my choice? I know they hadn't done it yet. I know. So I may be able to jump on the plane faster, but I want to ask you a question. Isn't it my body, my choice? What happened to my body, my choice? Anyway, I just want, I know I have a lot of men, watching me, and I know men relate to this topic more, but I know a lot of ladies who are conscious watching me as well. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brianna. Brianna says we are all in this together, Veronica. The forces of the darkness never give up. Um, the forces of the darkness never give up. So fight them. Live on your feet, or die on your knees. Man, what do you think about this, Brianna? And thank you so much for support. Thank you for your generous super chat, and thank you for support, for emotional and mental support. I just, I share with you guys a lot of things that I face, and I'm sure you been having these experiences as well. Of course, you know that I believe in living life and doing things regardless, but when you are becoming forced, when people can come to you and tell you what you need to do, and I wish I would have my camera. I'm gonna try to have my phone on in this moment, but it's just, I was in the conversations, I was in the moment, when she was telling me these things. Man, it was just, she was so upset with me when I said that, I do not live in fear. She was like, oh, what a bad child. What a bad child. You know? You know how when you were in school and you had a grandma or somebody like, what a bad girl. She was so disappointed. Well, I was proud of myself, because you know why? Because I destroyed her every argument. Destroyed her every argument that she tried to make. So she had to agree that, yeah, we're taking a risk when we are here. Yes, it doesn't make sense when you are trying to do 6 feet distance and then they cram you like this on a plane. It doesn't make any sense. If your face diaper is working, why should I have one? If it's working, if it's not working, what is the point? Right? If it's not working, what is the point? If it's working, why should I have one? So these people just really struggle with their logic. And I told you guys, for those who just joined, I told that lady, well, I'm not a medical professional in any size, shape, or form, but I said, you're looking at me, your eyeballs are wide open. And she was like, yeah, I guess you're taking a risk. I'm like, you're taking a risk living. You're taking a risk. You can get, the way things are going and things are going out of control, you have so much more other chances to get hurt or even killed. So anyway, I don't want to be negative, but I just wanted to support those people who also going through this BS. I'm gonna read some of your comments. It's so nice to see you guys. Alec, hello, my friend. Alec is saying, you are a terrible child, my dear. Yes, very bad child. I have a friend of mine, and he always when he talks to me, he has this accent, and he always say child. So I guess like when you tell your child you are a disappointment. Yes, but every child should disappoint their parent, because the child should go further. So you should go further than your parent and irritate your parent a little bit. Otherwise, you'll never grow up. So I guess we're good, Alec, aren't we? Thank you. Brianna B is saying the majority in Ireland do not want socialism, but free stuff. Free stuff crowd has loud voices, and we have the numbers to stay. But we have the numbers to stay free here for now. Um, let's see. Yeah, exactly. I should have scolded her for not wearing goggles. Exactly. Exactly. I should say, where's your goggles? God damn it. How dare you to leave the house without wearing goggles? Yeah, we are all a disappointment to those people who do not follow the sheeple. Yes, exactly. It's crazy. Hey, Bellas. Good to see you, Chuck. Because she's a freak, probably stoned. No, she wasn't stoned, and she probably was a good, I don't, I don't want to say, I don't know her personally, but anybody, I'm so tired of Karens and Darrens, no offense to people who this is their name. I'm sorry if that's your name, but I'm so afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm so tired of these Karens. It's like, this is like once in a lifetime opportunities they can shine, It's like, they never again they will have an opportunity to shine and come through. You've heard about people overusing their power. This reminds me somewhat, I would say this reminds me somewhat of the USSR school. Um when you have so much of authority, the authority was in school. When you are actually in school, the authority was pretty severe, like pretty severe. The authority was pretty strong, when you are in school. They would try to undermine you and tell you stuff, but boy, that didn't age well at all. We all know what happened in 1991. Let me read some of your comments, guys. I'm sure she meant well. She did not, she did not mean well. That's the thing. I don't believe that people who have their nose upon everyone else's business, I am not sure that she meant well, honestly. She came into my space, come close to me. I supposed to carry the virus. Why in the world you come so close to me? First of all, I'm in my own world. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. I'm an introvert. Leave me the hell alone. I did not come bother you. You coming in my space and you're trying to tell me what I need to do. She's lucky that my parents taught me to respect elderly or older people. She is lucky that she was trying to control what I'm doing. And once again, I told you guys, if you're afraid of something, if you're uncomfortable of something, you gotta prepare. Not the other person, not this person, not that person. If you're afraid of something, you're the ones that need to be prepared. Put your hazmat suit on. Put your, spaceman attire. Have some, have some money in your wallet. Do what you gotta do, you know. But my concern is, this country is losing freedom of speech. This country is becoming. I feel, and I would say I observe so much dictatorship and so much uh authority being overused, enforced in on people, and this is not okay. This is not okay. What do you guys think? Most people in cities just don't know what's going on. They only see what's in front of them. Tell the next one you have SARS. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, it's your own responsibility. You need to mind your own business. Hello, Jeanette. Welcome. Welcome to the live chat. Yeah, I know. This is just totally insane. But Jim, your comment is the best. I should have scolded you for not wearing the goggles. You should have said, you know what? You talking to me with your eyeballs right open? Where's your gog? What? You left your home without wearing goggles? Do you even realize that your eyes are everything? Any virus can go through it? That would be so hilarious. It's funny because I wore when we went to the nature springs. I wore goggles on my head all day. After we left the springs, I still had my goggles over here. I forgot I have them, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, man, I do look like a tourist with the goggles on my forehead. So man, that, guys, this is a great idea coming by Jim. So next time somebody is telling you you cannot breathe through your nose no more, just tell them, hey, 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 you forgot your goggles this morning? Forgot your goggles this morning? Yeah, it is nothing but a flu. Really, it is nothing but a flu. It is dangerous for some, just like the regular flu. Just like the real flu, it's very dangerous for some. So if it's dangerous for you, stay home. But guys, I just want to remind us all that we don't have to be, we don't have to, um, make them happy with raising the levels of our anxiety. They also recommend to get thank you, Linda. It's really weird because they also recommend you to wear a seatbelt. Not seatbelt. I'm sorry. They also recommend you to get a vaccine, even like if you had the virus. And that reminds me, I'm about to drive soon, so this reminds me, like, getting a seatbelt um when you're out of your vehicle. So guys, if you wanna obey the authority, you wanna keep everybody happy, please wear a seatbelt when you're out of the vehicle, because it's highly recommended. Do not walk around without your goggles and without your seatbelt. It can be helpful and save your life, even if when you're out of the vehicle. It just makes just as much sense. So they recommend people who already had the virus to still get the vaccine. I mean, this is just so insane. Tell me that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just so tired of all this. So in Florida, they this one of the reasons I decided to go to Florida again. Yeah, the governor allows no mask, but he took down the mask mandate. But local businesses may choose to ask to have that. Local business has the authority to require it. But overall, it was fine. Some spots, like I went to one restaurant. Uh, Actually, we went to one restaurant that did not require any masks at all. Not Staff did not wear it. People did not wear it. It was a really beautiful place, in a like very kind of peaceful, very very peaceful, very beautiful place, and very beautiful. I can actually tell it's not a secret now when I'm not there. We were it's not too far from Orlando. It's about hour and a half, maybe hour 20 minutes drive. It's called New Smyrna. It's a very beautiful place, like very peaceful, kind of feels like a private, and people were amazing there. Very very classy crowd. And we went to one of the restaurants. Not even the staff was wearing the mask, so we kind of felt that sense of freedom and sense of being yourself. It was awesome. So it was fun. I would come back there anytime. Beautiful place. um and people are um a lot more normal. So that was a great experience. It was worth it to go there just to have a dinner like a normal people. We were enjoying, some, little romance and dinner in a normal environment, without Nazi and guns and judgment from these crazy people. So it was worth it. It was worth it, the trip, to feel normal for a minute. Life is very dangerous. You die from it. Life is very dangerous. Eventually, you die. You better stay in bed all day long to stay safe. Yeah, and get all kinds of disease from not moving. Exactly. Just stay in bed. Do nothing. I know it's just totally crazy, and I hope that enough of people will stand up and do not allow this to happen to us. Got somebody. Oh, thank you so much for the cash app, David. I have so many Davids. David, thank you so much for the cash app. I appreciate it. He's saying thank you for coming on live again. We appreciate you. You are a breath of fresh air. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, David. I appreciate your cash app. Thank you. And thank you, Brianna. Again, thank you for supporting the stream. Okay, guys, I need your help right now. I cannot see my watch at the moment. Could somebody tell me what time it is? Could somebody tell me what time it is? I need to charge my watch. I cannot see the time on my phone right now. Okay, got it. Thank you, Linda. Got you. Got you. Thank you. So I have a few minutes. So that's what it is, guys. We gotta do something about it. Honestly, it's been so long, since I truly experienced. I already forgot, how the socialism feels. I already forgotten. I mean, because it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Since, especially, it feels like a long time. It feels like another life. When you were a child. I have a lot of problem with having authority. I have a lot of problem with people trying to come and tell you how you need to do things, how you need to breathe. And I just want to encourage you as well to be you and refuse to live in fear. When you live in fear, you really making yourself such a disservice, because you becoming so vulnerable. When you are in fear, you are easily manipulated. You are easily uh I love it. What's in your mind? Hey girly, I refuse to live in fear. I love this message. Thank you. What's in your mind? Welcome to my channel. Thank you. I know. I don't need alien protective gear because I don't afraid of it. If I would be afraid of it, I would not be traveling. I would not be out. I afraid to be fearful. I don't really like the word afraid. I don't use it in my vocabulary. Very rarely. That's not on our list, baby. Child. Like my friend, he has this like southern little bit. I don't know if it's southern accent or urban accent. I'm not sure, but he often calls me child like that, and it's just funny when he does it. But I think that I'm really so happy to see people, that a lot of my subscribers and people feels the same way. Oh my gosh, we had a CNN stand in the airport. I think it was Orlando airport, and I took a picture of it and I wanted to write lights, camera, bullshit. Lights, camera, bullshit. That should be a logo of CNN. Lance, have a great day and thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. That's very nice of you, especially, with some holidays coming up. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. What's the Communist National Network CNN losing money? I cannot believe, if you're watching CNN and you believe it, man, it's just absolutely ridiculous that the person that is conscious can listen to that and not laugh. Yeah, I wonder about Corona beer. Did they go up or did they go down? That's a good question. Of course I am, Lance. I know that. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I appreciate it. It was a nice surprise. Thank you. Thank you so much. Or thank you, Joshua. Joshua, thank you so much for the cash app. I'm glad you were enjoying this. I don't know if I'll be able to go live as often. I do things when I feel like doing them, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the cash app. Anyways, guys, to wrap this all up, I'm so glad to see and hear that people are still having some common sense, that people are still try to make their own mind about things. I think it's so important to it is so important to have your own, the mind of your own, and just having your own logic. you know um we shall never live in fear. We shall never let somebody tell us what we need to do with our lives. We should be able to assess our own risk as we do every single day. And guys, I wish you an inspiration and sense of humor when you're fighting Karens. We gotta get Karens in check. Gotta get Karens and Darrens in check. I would say don't be mean, don't be super angry, but if you can have some humor, let's recommend them to wear goggles and hazmat suit and all kinds of stuff like that and see what happens, right? Yeah, it's best to ignore them, but sometimes they come into your face. Sometimes Karens come into your face. We don't like that. Thank you. Thank you guys for the kind words. So anyway, guys, it's so good to see you. Hey, Javier, Jim, Alec, Lance, what's on your mind? Linda, Brianna, Jeanette, who else? John Vitier, David, Josh. Let's see who else we have. Thank you guys so much for joining. Chuck, good to see you too. I hope you have safe travels back and forth. Brianna, all of you all, thank you so much for joining my rant. Okay, May says, pretend you don't understand her English. That's a good idea too. Me, you not understand. Я не понимаю. Я не понимаю. Me, you not understand. Me, go market. Не понимаю. I do that sometimes, when they used to call me, when I used to have a house number, they used to call me and ask for money. This fake organizations used to call me and ask numbers, and I started to speak Russian. And so I would be in Russian like что и почему, когда, Что? So I would be speaking like this. Я не понимаю, я не говорю, я не понимаю. And then in the end, when the person would give up talking to me because they think I don't speak English, I would say, yeah, all right, bye bye. I did that. Oh my goodness. So, you know what? Thank you guys for reminding me and for the goggles joke and some other ones. We gotta stay on top of it, you know. But I just want everybody to be aware that this is not okay. And I'm a post USSR child, and I remember things being controlled, and I remember the authoritarian stuff, and this is not okay. You know, we are paying our taxes here. We don't have free housing. We have to do our things every single day, so we shall not be controlled. So let's have some common sense and sense of humor. I am so honored to have you all as my loyal followers. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Start babbling in Russian to them and then tell Russia is free in the US and watch Snowflake Man. Russia is free in the US because you can get away with just about anything. I'm telling you all. Oh, thank you, Brianna. So, guys, with that being said, from Michigan with Love, I have to go. I have to take care of some things. Wonderful to connect with you. Thank you so much for joining. If you have some topics you want me to speak on, Veronica's Army, I like that. I like that, Jim. Thank you for my new girls. It's so nice to see you. You know, if you disagree with my opinion, that is cool. Put your arguments, you know, put your ideas. You are still welcome in this channel, even if you feel differently. It's only if you are disrespectful, if you use foul language, you will have to be blocked. But if you feel different way, you know, let us know. Maybe something that we don't understand. All right. From Michigan with Love, I will see you very soon. Wait, doesn't. Bye, everyone.